Crazy Taxi, a game where you pick up as many customers as possible under a time limit to gain big cash. It became an instant hit in the arcades. In fact, it got so popular, it got ported to the Dreamcast, and later on other consoles. And as we've seen before, anything that becomes profitable is about to inspire a bunch of rip-offs. Why make something original if you can copy their homework? But you probably click on this video to see the most well-known Crazy Taxi rip-off. So well known that he got sued by Sega. I'm of course talking about...
Oh, I think I broke something.
We begin in the Simpsons house when all of a sudden, Homer shows up telling Bart to stop playing those stupid video games. We switch to the news channel with Ken Brockman where we then see Mr. Burns announce his new nuclear-powered school bus. The Simpsons family not liking this new non-eco-friendly invention gives Homer a great idea. How can I be a threat to public health? By being a reckless taxi driver, of course, and that's how we start the game. Interestingly enough, this was made by Radical Entertainment, the same people who will later on make The Simpsons Hit and Run, which, despite being very unforgiving for a kids game, is something I still hold dear to my heart. I never played Road Rage, so I'm not sure what to expect from this game, aside from being a Crazy Taxi clone. Well, judging from my 2-hour footage, it did something right. The controls feel pretty good, there's tons of characters to unlock, each equipped with their own vehicle. It's just fun to drive around the locations from the show. I enjoyed this game so much to the point where I got myself a copy of the game. Of course, the only downside being that the PS2 version has long loading times, but what can you do? Road Rage is the main mod of the game. Pick up customers, deliver them to the location with the help of this big green arrow, Profit. You can also gain bonuses for smashing objects and avoiding traffic. And at the end of the run you get rank. In my case, I'm a reckless driver. Sounds about right. With the cash you gain, you can unlock stuff I previously mentioned. Oh, you can unlock Mr. Plow!
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name, that name again is Mr. Plow.
Now, I did say that it's fun to drive around Springfield, but there is one location I'm not a big fan of. Now, to be fair, I didn't unlock all locations, but Springfield Dam downright sucks. Half the map is the dam, and the other half is empty. What sucks more is the broken road around the dam. I expected to make the jump, but a lot of the time I failed to make said jump. It's simply not fun. It's a shame, I was having fun with the game. Let's hope the other maps will be better. But for now, let's check out the mission mode. It mostly consists of running over stuff, and yes, even people. There's not much I can add here, aside from some missions having tight time limit, which caused me to fail some of the missions. Here's a quick montage of the funniest fails.
Whee! Don't send me back to the home. I'm going to heaven.
No, not the trees, not the precious life-giving trees.
After clearing all missions, you get a special reward. Spoilers, it's car built for Homer. So, what are my thoughts? Despite some small complaints, I do recommend trying out this game. If you like The Simpsons, then it's a must-have. If you like Crazy Taxi, well, there's probably some enjoyment to be had. We started this video with a decent game, let's keep this momentum going. I take it back, this is terrible. Stellar Stone. Yep, from the same company that brought you Big Rigs comes their own taxi game. And won't you believe me if I said that it's not in a playable state? Before we start the game, we need to check the options. Do I want clouds on roads and houses? Or on everything? And while we're at it, let's set the traffic on high. You know it's a good sign when the car starts spinning on the select screen. We pop into the game and it looks exactly how I expected. No music, only the sound of your car. Except this time they programmed collisions, so bravo. One thing I found annoying is the constant noise your vehicle makes when you drive. Is it the exhaust pipe? Do I need to check my engine? So what do you do in this game? Well, you pick customers, slowly, and then you leave the play area. What is going on? This happens a lot. Whenever you try to pick up someone or just want to use the brakes, the game just spawns you out of bounds. I was about to ask if someone tested this game as a joke, but I don't think I need to at this point. I tried to beat my first run, and I think I ranked higher than this guy before me. As for the traffic in this game, well, there it is. That's all you get. I'm pretty sure I set the traffic on high. It's awful. Didn't expect anything else from the developer that made Midnight Race Club Supercharged. This game comes from our good friends at Data Design. I'm playing the PC version and the controls are just weird. You steer with the arrow keys, good start, and accelerate with the enter key. Wait, what? And the right shift key for brakes. Seriously? Can I at least remap the controls? Nope. With the real controls out of the way, let's make some quick cash. As for how it actually feels to control, it can be a bit stiff. I definitely played worse. I will say that jumping around the same map gets old really quick. I mean, what did I expect it? This was made in like 6 weeks. You can collect bonus points to unlock new content in the game, but I really don't care. There's no Mr. Plow, so why bother? When you fail bringing your customer to their destination on time, or you fill up this red meter because you're a bad driver, they get angry at you and leave.
You get nothing!
Continuing with the London team, we have a dumpster fire on our hands, which is fitting because this was published by Phoenix Games. Oh, and you wanna know how long it takes for the game to load? "58 seconds. This is not a good sign. This game feels unfinished. It looks like a pre-alpha game. On top of that, the driving physics are terrible, and instead of customers, you pick up green arrows. How is this in a finished state? You can also see the road texture glitching, which was probably caused by the emulator, but it's still weird. There's even a leftover message I found on cutting room floor that reads, "Menu hasn't any fun." What does that even mean? Something clearly went wrong. This game is just bad. There's not much I can add here. The last game we'll be looking at came out recently, and by recently I mean 3 years ago. Even looking at the trailers, you can tell it's taking inspiration from Crazy Taxi. Maybe this will be a good game. It turned out to be mediocre, but hey, at least we got something. We can choose between 3 mods. That's it. Did you expect it more? Listen, the Crazy Box game mod wasn't perfect. In fact, I think it was bad most of the time. But the idea is still good. Why not expand on that idea? Well, they kinda did. Sort of. You can earn in-game trophies for doing challenges or getting collectibles in the city, which you can only trigger by talking to customers, and as far as I'm aware, you can collect any collectibles in free roam. Making free roam kinda pointless unless you want to memorize each landmark for the promo, which we'll get to later. I'm sure we're familiar with the gameplay style of these games at this point. Did they add something new to spice up the gameplay? Jump ability. You can jump with your cap. What a revolutionary idea! They must have taken inspiration from Banana Blades! Sega, please don't take notes from this game if you decide to revive your old franchise. It will be a bad look for a AAA title. You can also charge up your boost before taking off, which is cool, but why not just have a regular boost? Will be more interesting than jumping on rooftops. How did that happen? Hey, can you get in the cab? I'm on a time limit. Finally. This game has a star rating that gets higher depending on how well you're playing, and I'm okay with that, but you can also get good rating by doing combos. You know, like jumping. Can you guess what I did? New exploit unlocked. While driving, you can chat with the customer, and it's barely noticeable. Even if they're talking about hashtags, I don't care, since I can barely hear the audio. But hey, if you get tired of them, you can always hold the boot icon to kick them out, because that's a feature that was missing from the original. This leads us to Pro Mod. Now get this, it's the same gameplay style but now without navigation. The stakes are high with this one. I somehow got through it, but that's mainly because I remember some of the landmarks. I forgot to mention that it takes place in New York. But outside of Central Park, it's mostly grey buildings with landmarks sprinkled throughout. So I guess they did a good job recreating real life New York City then. And that was Taxi Chaos. It was mid. So yeah, overall, I would only recommend this to people who want a Crazy Taxi clone on a go. But with the announcement of Sega bringing old franchises back, maybe it's best to wait for that game to come out. That is to say if it's not gonna end up being another Soulless remake, but I digress. One more thing while I was making this video. I stumbled upon this game called Mile High Taxi. Maybe someday we can check out the game. That wraps up this video. Thanks for watching and see you next game.